Hi. Hi. I'm back again talking about my favorite thing, books. So this video is going to be book recommendations for my well-read wannabe. To be completely honest, I don't know what a well-read person reads, but we're not gonna focus on that. That's just the title of the video. This is book recommendations that I feel are sort of for well-reads. I don't know, it's interesting. These books are interesting. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. A well read person is someone who has read many books and gained a lot of knowledge from them. They had a broad knowledge of many subjects and genres, including classics, science fiction, and more. I'm going to start with The Art of Loving from Erich Fromm. This book, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I have read it like 5 times. I'm not even joking. I think and I believe a teacher recommended it to me, or I saw it on a Pinterest post. This book was written by a sociologist. He was also a philosopher, I think, if I'm not wrong, and explores a lot more about the theory of how love would solve a lot of human problems if it were to be grown more into society and into ourselves, talks about love and loving someone, about how different relationships work, about how it works in children, and about just everyone else talking about a community, how that like interferes with us. It's just about love, 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 and you can learn a lot about this book. It has a lot of knowledge. I was literally underlining a lot of things because it was really impactful. To it's just very, I don't want to say romantic, but because it is talking about love, it has a lot of romanticism to it, and I really like that. I had a lot of fun reading that book. It was very short, which I loved, and it's one of those books that never you can always go back to it and read it again and read it again and read it again, and it will never tire you up. It's beautiful. It's that book is beautiful. The next book, and I talk about it on my last blog. I think it was. I was reading it not so long ago, and it's A Happy Death by Albert Camus. If you saw that video, you know that I loved it. I completely loved it. Again, this book is like philosophical, and it's like it's telling you a story, but if you see it and you read it with like, and this book, Albert Camus, I love you so much. Albert Camus goes around this idea of happiness, and if happiness is just for rich people, and if it's only for like what you must do to get happiness, to be happy. So this character goes on and beyond, having things and discovering things and doing this and doing that to just be in a point where happiness is reachable. So it's so interesting to read. It's short too, and I also love that. And again, just as The Art of Loving, it's those kind of books that you will never get tired of. I promise you that I will read that book again in a few months. I will read it, and I underlined so many things because it's very impactful. It did change my perspective of happiness, and how my perspective of pursuing happiness, because that book is about that. It's about this man that spent his entire life searching for happiness and doing this and doing that, and it's just very moving, I would say. It's very moving. Yeah, so you should completely read it. Next, I have The Trouble of Being Born. There's a debate. And depends how you see it. I'm not in either side, but I read this book like a few years ago, and I actually really liked it. And I don't know if it was because I was in a very dark mental state in my life that I actually love this book somehow. But hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I read some comments of people that read that book, and a lot of people categorize this book as depressing or that it sends you into a loophole. Because that's the fun of it, that's the fun of it. I I love to sort of analyze books in a more deep way because you get to enjoy the book differently. It was a man, and it was talking about his experiences with death, just how he thought about death and how he saw it. Try to get into the mind of the character and try to understand it. Try to see how the world in its mind works. That's what I did, and I had a lot of fun trying to discover this new way of thinking. It's a sort of philosophy that it's just very depressing. Nihilism, that's what it is. It falls a lot into nihilism. It's like, what is this? What's the meaning of this? What should I be doing? I'm gonna die anyways. Doesn't matter what I do, what I don't. It falls a lot into nihilism, if I'm not wrong. And it's this, uh, yeah, it's sort of depressing, but don't read it with that mindset, okay? Read it as a way of exploring different genres. Nothing has meaning, but at the same time, everything has a meaning. So, what's the meaning of this? And what's the meaning of that? But if you're gonna die, then what's the point? It's very interesting. Like, it's very interesting how it makes your head and your mind spiral. Now, hear me out. Hear me out again. Diary of an Oxygen Thief. A lot of people say it's wonderful, a lot of people say it's awful. Try to stay in an in between. Try not to judge it so harshly. This book is about a man and how he lives his life. Basically, that's it. It's about his life, how he thinks, and it's crazy. He's crazy. Disgusting person. He lives, he works, he does this, he does that without caring, without anything. And I think he was depressed, if I'm not wrong. But that's not the point about this book. It's about getting into the mind of this character and seeing his life from his eyes or from his perspective. And it's sort of crazy to read that kind of thing. It's like, what? What? But I liked how it was written and the purpose of it, that it was to make you understand how that kind of person works. How it, for me, it's sort of like fun to get into the head of the character. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Lastly, I have Heaven by Mieko Murakami. I love Japanese literature. I love Japanese books because the writing style, it's so moving. It's so beautiful. It's so touching. It's so, oh, so sweet, and it narrates everything and it transports you to that place. And I remember very much this. I think it was at a. It was describing something. It was describing like the metro and the air and everything. Was like, oh my god, I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's about this boy that has certain problems with how he looks, and he gets a lot of bullying. So he meets this girl, and it's about this relationship, and they write letters to themselves, and this girl is like very quiet, and they get to have like a relationship, a friendship, more of like a friendship, and they, it's this boy, the way he writes, it's so cute. And I mean, because he has always suffered from bullying, this is the first girl that has never like said anything bad to him, and he has this sort of beautiful connection with her. And it's about that. It's about this boy and this girl and their relationship, their friendship, and it's just so moving. It's so cute. I love this book. It's so cute. Reading about his story, the story of this character, and the context of his life and all he has suffered, and how much this relationship, this friendship with this girl means to him. It's like, it's so cute. It's so cute. And yeah, it's something everyone should definitely read. I think and I cried a little bit. I cried a little bit at the end. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And yeah, that's it. I don't really have much to say. Yeah, bye.